She was a prodigy, schooled by the great Rachmaninoff. Some compared her to Mozart. Now at age 97, pianist Ruth Slenczynska has a new album and much to share with our Mo Rocca.
I'm old.
You're experienced.
What a lovely word.
97-year-old concert pianist Ruth Slenczynska has been playing for the public for more years than a piano has keys. Where are you mentally during the recital?
I go to a place I can't take anybody. It's a place from where I get my music. I'm going to play for you Daisies.
And Ruth has been going to that place
I'm going to play a minuet in G major by Beethoven
since she was barely out of diapers. Here she is in 1930 at age 5. By then, Ruth was an old hand, hailed as one of the greatest child prodigies since Mozart. Born in Sacramento, she played her first concert when she was 4. She played Berlin at 6, Paris at 7, and along the way was mentored by some of the 20th century's greatest virtuosos, including Russian composer Sergei Rachmaninoff.
It's a Fabergé egg.
Ruth still wears the necklace Rachmaninoff gave her after she filled in for him at a concert when she was 9. You were called the miracle child.
Every child is a miracle, really.
But you were an awesomely talented one.
I wasn't. No. If I were talented, I wouldn't have had to work so hard.
Working hard is putting it lightly. From the age of 3, her Polish immigrant father, a violinist frustrated by his own limited success, forced Ruth to practice for 9 hours a day.
I would be practicing and hearing from the street my sister's calls as they were playing with other kids. I wanted to be one of those kids who played. And if I didn't practice, I was chased around the apartment with a stick, my father's magic stick. I didn't want that.
She quit performing at age 15 and later ran away from home. She got married, then divorced, and to make ends meet, started teaching before returning to the concert stage in her late 20s. How did your relationship with playing change? Were you falling more in love with it?
Oh, it just grew. And I kept playing bigger and better and going to different parts of the world.
She began recording albums and appeared on TV. In 1963, she paid tribute to Rachmaninoff on CBS's Camera 3. Among her many fans, an American president with whom she once played a duet. How was Harry Truman on the piano?
Good, really good, and he was so personable.
She says President Truman summoned her to the White House when she was in Washington for a concert.
The place was crowded with people. I thought he played very musically, and they all applauded, and he took a bow. Then these 2 men came and pulled me away, still flabbergasted halfway down the hall. I said, I didn't even get a picture of it.
Ruth later got this autograph, which she donated, along with other memorabilia, to Southern Illinois University Edwardsville, where she served as artist-in-residence and met James Kerr, the love of her life. How much did your life change when you met your second husband?
Well, it changed completely. I became a real person. I'd marry him again, all over again.
They were married for 34 years before his death in 2001. They had no children, but Ruth's legacy lives on through her students, including Shelley Moorman Stallman, a professional musician and teacher in her own right. What has Ruth taught you about teaching?
It's important to impart upon young students and students of all ages this sense of being a part of the past. They're larger than themselves.
Ruth is more than a teacher. She's become family and lives with Shelley and her husband Randy near Hershey, Pennsylvania.
She believes that you don't look back, you gain from the past, but you're always looking forward. And I think that was her secret to success in so many ways.
Which explains her new album. With My Life in Music, Ruth brings fresh perspective to favorite compositions from Bach to Barber. Back at home, Ruth Slenczynska regaled me live with a favorite encore of hers. Chopin's Waltz in C-sharp minor. Are you more in connection with the inside now when you play than you've ever been before?
Well, I certainly can say more because I've experienced more than I did when I was young. A person 60 years old has experienced a lot of living, and a person 20 years old has not.
And a person 97 years old.
There you are.
Brava.